of this just because he knows Stork hasn't taken a third base, and I think he knows this. I'm not sure if he scouted that 12 yet or not. Yeah, he has scouted that 12, and Stork very cleverly, he's putting a pylon up there, and I think he moved a probe up there to die as well. That's really going to throw Forgg off. There is a turret, but no comsat going off. Right now they're trying to point that off just to highlight the fact that, yeah, Forgg, I think what he's expecting right now is Reavers, and I think he thought that Stork, because he lost that probe to the 12 o'clock, that was really intelligent by Stork. Send a probe up there, build a pylon, let it die. That way Forgg thinks he stopped that third expansion from going up. Right now, though, it's starting to kick in that, hey, wait, maybe not. Sending another probe out to die once again, just to try to give another indication that, hey, oh yeah, you stopped me from putting up my third base. Ah ha ha, you're really making up the advantage right here. Just try to give a little visual that probe's at least in the vicinity trying to establish another base, when Stork doesn't care about that new base at all. He's just waiting for those carriers to come out, and it's going to be an absolute slot at that stage. And sending another probe out to that near side to be like, oh yeah, maybe I'm sneaking an expansion over here, and with the mines out in the field, I think Stork knows that there's mines at that location, that he's going to be able to spot it. Also might be checking to make sure that Forgg isn't putting down an expansion of his own. But 2 more factories going up. Also getting, it looks like, I think those are, yeah, pylon blockade to protect a little bit against the vultures as he moves out with the rest of this attack force, but no anti-air to speak of whatsoever. 4 factories going to be on the ground, and it looks like finally the academy going up, but it's going to be far, far, far too late. The other probe out in the field going to get killed immediately, and now starting to attack those pylons. Still, there is one mine to the right there. I don't know if there's a mine. There are a couple mines in between, but that's just going to spot the infantry. That's not, in fact, going to spot the carriers. But Stork showing some really, really creative play, I have to say. Really playing off-tempo, really throwing his opponents off altogether. And this is definitely going to catch Forgg by surprise. He's not going to have anything to counter this. In fact, I would not be surprised if he GG's as soon as he sees the carrier. Weapons 1 coming up online as well. Robotics facility. The one thing for Stork, though, is he's playing blind at this stage. He doesn't have anything to work against the mines. But now let's see if Forgg what he can do. You get, yeah, the look on his face. You could see the eye twitch right there. Right there, he saw the carriers. And it was almost like calm to panic all at once in that little eye twitch right there. Now he's just going to try to push up with the tanks as much as possible, and doing this to try to, first of all, do as much damage to Stork as he can. In the meantime, Stork not bringing up his attack forces, though, so he should be able to stop that. Otherwise, he's not going all in. He's just bringing up that carrier with as many attack troops as possible, and he's got a lot of Dragoons and Zealots on the secondary. Forgg going to try to go for a seal. Otherwise, but maybe this will work. So at least he's pushing up something and doing something to counter. But the Dragoons right on top of this, pushing out another carrier pushing up, and he's just going to try to force these carriers to stay at home base and try to get nice counterattack though by Forgg. You're going to try to put some turrets right on the line, establish them right there at position to try to fend off these carriers so they can't get basically critical mass. Another turret up that is in range to hit those, and it looks like Forgg might be able to take out the secondary. So even though working with what he's got, and I got to say I like this counterattack from Forgg, he should be able to take that second Nexus down. All the SCVs trying to protect that turret, not able to though. And let's see. Yeah, he's just going to make sure that Stork pays for this as much as possible, taking that secondary down. I don't think he's going to be able to breach the ramp against this. Stork trying to get his troops up that ramp, losing another Dragoon. If he can get them up that ramp, that'll be somewhat helpful. And this is also going to make sure that that carrier reinforcement round is somewhat slow. And Forgg able to get some Goliaths up in the meantime. So he may not be out of this game. He's not in a good position, certainly, but he's not out of this game at the very least. But a lot of those Goliaths getting instantly picked off. The turret's getting picked off very quickly now. And it looks like that SCV is not going to be able to get that additional turret up. So this is going to be a really interesting game at this stage. It's who can kill who first. I got to give an advantage to Stork because he's got that ramp, so it's going to be a lot harder for Forgg to do anything in that direction. But keep in mind, Stork does have the reinforcement with the carriers is going to take a lot longer to kind of go around the far end. He is able to pick off a lot of these Goliaths before they hit any sort of mass that can really do any counter damage. He does have weapons 1, or yeah, he should have weapons 1 and not too long, and that's just going to make this much harder to fend off. And then 17 kills already on that carrier, and Stork can actually just leave 1 carrier at home base to slow those tanks down as well, make sure they don't breach the ramp. So I think Stork has got this game now at this stage. I think he's got it locked. He's also got an observer alongside, I guess, to attack mines. I'm not sure. Just making sure Wraith aren't there as well. If Forgg had switched to Wraith, he just didn't have the economy to do it. Now with the not with going all those Goliaths and all those factories at the same time. As soon as that armory goes down, it's GG, because he's not going to be able to produce Goliaths to counter this, and building turrets with carriers overhead is not effective. Secondary going to go down at the very least. Forgg knows he's lost this match. You can see the frustration on his face. That was just a look of anger right there at Stork. He's just, he can feel it. He's not playing poorly right here. He's just getting outmaneuvered by Stork, and it looks like it's only a single carrier trying to defend Stork's base. Still focusing on that, but I still think Stork has this really solidly down. I think he's already taken out that secondary. He's starting to aim for the main as well. The last of the Goliaths being taken out. Looks like the turret's being taken out. Just trying to buy himself time. It's not happening though. And there, yeah, I think that's resignation and frustration right there on his face, and that's not going to help him in Game 3. Going to be able to take out a couple more Dragoons, trying to push up with tanks, but he's not going to be able to eliminate Stork by any means in this time period, and those Dragoons now pushing up, able to keep that. Oh, wow, not enough tanks. 3 Dragoons going to be able to take out, and there's GG from Forgg. Nice play by Stork, really playing like a champion here with keeping Forgg extremely off balance, and we'll see if Forgg can mentally recover and not get completely deuced here by Stork. So, because really right now it's not looking good for him. Maybe he can mentally just stabilize in the third game, but Stork playing like a champion right now. He's looking really hot.